Hi there, Jen Roque here at stampcampwithjen.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and welcome to my weekly Monday Facebook Live. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you start to filter in, please say hi, let me know where you're joining from, if you did anything fun over the weekend. If you're watching the replay, either on my Facebook page or my YouTube channel, please in the comments below, let me know where you're coming from. Say hi, let me know what you did over the weekend. I love hearing about what you guys are up to. This weekend we were supposed to go to Universal, but we didn't end up going. We went to the movies for the first time since COVID has kind of broken out and been crazy. So we were thinking about it, and it's been probably over a year and a half since we've been to the movie theater. So we were all super pumped. We went and saw that new Fast and Furious movie, which was 2.5 hours long, but it was really fun. Hi Diana, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I have a really fun project to share with you guys today. But first, I want to talk to you about a few things that are coming up. So if you haven't already, I know it's been all month long, but last chance. Oh, hi Sue, welcome from Alabama. I have relatives in Prattville is what I was told it's called. You can't say Prattville and Montgomery area. So welcome. So Last Chance products have been going on all month long, and this Wednesday is the last day you can get anything on the Last Chance products list. So a few things have already been discontinued, but there's still a lot to get. So if there's anything you've been kind of holding out on, go ahead and scoop those up by Wednesday is the last day. Also, Wednesday is the last day to place an order with me so that you can, if you're not already a current customer, and I will send you the new mini catalog and celebration brochure for free. That's a perk that I do for all of my customers. It's just a way of saying thank you for being a customer through me. So June 30th, if you haven't placed an order and you don't have a demonstrator and would like me to send you a catalog, I would definitely like to do it. Oh, baby shower, that's so exciting. I love baby showers, Diana. That's so exciting. I can't wait. I'm so excited for you. Okay, what else? So July 1st is, Stampin' Up! Is going to have a designer series paper sale. There's going to be 15% off of select designer series papers from the annual catalog. And on June 30th, I'll have the complete list on my blog. If you're a newsletter subscriber through me, I sent that list out in the newsletter last Friday. But if you're not, head over to stampcampwithjen.com and sign up for my newsletter. I send out important updates to all my subscribers before anybody else, before I post them on my blog. So what else? And then July 1st, I will also have my monthly free gift details and my Christmas card buffet to go details. So if you're not able to join me for my Christmas card buffet in Summerfield, Florida, in Central Florida. Oh, welcome, Shelly. Good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'm just talking about current updates. You didn't miss too much. So, but if you're not able to join me for my card buffet in person in Central Florida, then this card buffet to go is a good alternate option. I send a bunch of stuff for you to create a few different card designs. You won't be able to create as many card designs as my in-person, but I send you all of the tutorials for all of the card designs that we do at my in-person, so you'll still be able to see all those. Plus you'll get enough to make 2 of 4 different card designs, and you'll get a stamp set from the mini catalog, and it'll be $30 and $8 shipping, so $38 total. And again, I sent that information out in my newsletter this last Friday, but if you didn't get a chance to see it, I will have it on my blog on July 1st. You'll have all the details there. And then in next week's newsletter, I'll have details for my upcoming product shares, and I'm going to be doing a launch party the last week of July. where I'm going to be showing you different crafts using new products from the mini catalog, and I'm going to be giving away prizes from the new catalog. So be sure to check next week's newsletter for those details. It's going to be really fun. I'm really excited about it. So, okay, so enough admin stuff. Let's get into the card making, the best part, right? That's what we love about Facebook Live. So I'm going to turn you guys around, and I'm going to show you this card that we're going to make today. So this is what we're making. So I made this card for a few different reasons. So my team, I have 3 lovely ladies on my team right now, and 2 of them go out of town for the summer. So I try to keep up and do fun little challenges and giveaways and things. So for June, I gave them the challenge of picking their favorite things and coming up with a card, and we did like a card swap and we sent it. So I had a really hard time choosing my favorite things, and this is what I came up with. I have so many favorites. So this Lots of Heart bundle is one of my favorites from the mini catalog. I was surprised it became my favorite, and I was really sad that they retired it. I was kind of hoping they would carry it over because I really like this one. But I use that in this card. This Gorgeous Grape sheer ribbon is one of my favorites. This True Love Designer Series paper is another favorite. And a favorite technique that I have is I like to take my scraps of paper. I hate throwing things away. I think most of us are like that. We don't like to throw anything away. So I really like to take scraps and make backgrounds for cards. So I took all the scrap, well, not all of them. I still have some left for the card demonstration today, but I took card scraps and layered them on a piece of basic white and made this background. And I love the drama of black and white with a pop of color. So again, that's another favorite of mine. So I'm going to show you how to make this. It's really easy, and it's a great way if you have some of those scraps left over from the True Love Designer Series paper. It's a great way to make another card background. And you could put other little images on either the Stitch So Sweetly frame or maybe just a smaller piece of basic white if you don't have those. But I highly recommend these Stitch So Sweetly frames. I use them all the time. They come with these scalloped frames in different sizes, and then you have some of these fun little funky like label dies as well, and they're all stitched. I love stitched dies. They're so pretty. And those are in the annual catalog, so those are not going away. You can still get those. But okay, and then I did, if you can tell here, I used a little pastel pearl for some little embellishment as well. So what we're going to do, I did want to mention, so the True Love Designer Series paper, unfortunately, is no longer available, but if you have this, this is a great way to use those little scraps that you have from your paper. So I'm going to grab my card stuff here. Okay, so we have our Gorgeous Grape Designer Series paper. This is at 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4.25 just to make it a little bit easier to fold my card base over. And then I'm just going to grab my bone folder and give it a good burnish to get that good crease, and we're going to set that aside. And this paper is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And this is 3 3/4 by 5. So this is the one that we're gonna put all of our Designer Series paper on. So we're gonna set the black piece aside with our card base. Now, I'm gonna show you this mess I have here of scraps. So I have a ton, right? You can see. So what we want, I took scraps that were about 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch. You could even go up to 1 inch, but I like them a little bit thinner. So 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch are good. So I may need to cut some of mine down. And the little trick that I did with this was I took like a lighter piece and then did a darker piece and alternated. So light, dark, light, dark, light. Okay, and I really like how that turned out. I don't want to do all of one or all of the other. I just alternated light and dark. So you can see what I mean by that is, like, this is mostly dark because it's all black with a little bit of white, and this is mostly light because it's mostly white with a little bit of black. So that's how you would alternate that, okay? So let's cut some scraps. like I said, we want 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. So I think this one's probably good. That's 3/4. And you could even go up to an inch. Like I might just leave this. I think that's about an inch. I'll leave that too. I don't mind that one too much. This one's probably good. We'll grab, this one's an inch. That's okay. I'll grab that one. I just need lots and lots of scraps here. I might not even need to cut any down. This one's kind of big. This is 1.5 inches, so I'm just going to cut it down in half to 3/4 of an inch and make 2 pieces with that one. But this is a great way to use up those scraps because I hate throwing scraps away, especially of paper that I really love. I do not want to throw that paper away. Okay, so I think we have mostly what we need with those. So we're going to take our basic white piece here, and you can use Stamp and Seal or Stamp and Seal Plus. I'm going to use Stamp and Seal Plus. I really like the extra hold that it has. It's got these little, let me see if you can see it here. It's got these little like lines in the adhesive, and that helps make it extra strong. And that's what you really want. And we're just going to put adhesive all over this piece because we want it to stick. We're going to put this at a diagonal. And as you can see, it's very strong. It'll pull the paper up. So I have some little pieces. Oh, I have a little corner piece that I can use right here to start. That's a dark piece. And then we're going to grab a lighter piece here. And you want to make sure that the whole line goes over each side. So maybe we should do it that way since it's cut like that. You want it completely covering the paper so that you can trim off that excess there. See what I mean? You want that. You don't want to accidentally pull it down like this and have some of the white showing. You want it to completely cover both ends. So I might need a longer piece for that one. And we'll do this one. And then you just keep layering it down, alternating light and dark. I just thought this was kind of a fun trick to use, and I really like how it turned out. And then, like I said, you use up some of those scraps to make another cool card background. And then I need a long dark piece. I might need to cut a piece here. Oh, maybe this one will work. I try not to use too many of the same pieces either, just to kind of give it more dimension or just more of a cool background. Let's see here, we'll use maybe this one. And then we need one more dark. You can use some, like obviously these, I'm using 2 that are the same, but that's okay. And then I'm going to try, oh, I have another corner piece. I could just put that right there. Oops. And actually, I'm going to need a little bit more seal in this little spot here because it's such a small area. I need to fold that back on itself here. There we go. All right, so now we have the whole piece is covered. So now I'm going to flip it over, and I am going to kind of line it up in my track of my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut off those excess pieces. And then some of these bigger scraps I'll be able to use again for another card background, but the little ones I'll probably just throw in the trash, no big deal. All right, and then we'll flip it. You could use scissors too, but I just find this gives a nice clean cut. And you don't have to worry about it being off. See, some of these bigger ones we'll keep, some of the little ones we'll probably just throw in the trash. Oh, and that's even off just a little bit, so I'm gonna go back and trim it a little bit more if I can. No, it might be too much, too close. That's okay though. Trim that, and some of these I can use. We'll try to salvage what we can. Can you guys believe that 4th of July is coming up already? I can't believe it's Sunday already. My husband and I were talking about that, and I was teasing my son because down here in Florida, they actually start school the first week of August. It seems like just the other day they were finishing school, and now he's already almost done with school. And he's like, Mom, don't even talk about it. I don't even want to think about going back to school. And it seems like all of our friends in Maryland, where we moved from, a lot of them were posting pictures of their kids finishing school not too long ago. So that's so funny. I was teasing him, and he's like, just don't even talk about school, Mom. It's too soon. And my husband was teasing me. He's like, are you counting down the days? And I'm really not. He's going to be in 5th grade next year. He's having so much fun. We're doing a lot of cool things, but I just like to give him a hard time because you know how that is when you're a kid. You don't want to think about school at all on summer break. All right, so there is our background. Isn't that so neat? I just love that you can basically make your own designer series paper and make a cool background. I love it. Oh, good morning, Sue. Welcome. You're not late. You didn't miss anything. You can always watch the replay later. You know that, girl. All right, so now what we're going to do is, if you look at our example here, we're going to put this on the black, and then we're going to tie our ribbon around it. So I'm just going to keep using this Stampin' Seal. I really like the strength, the hold that it has. And if it goes off the paper like that, you just push it back onto itself. But I really like this strong hold that it has here. And you're just going to have a teensy bit of a border with your black. That's what you want. Oh, and I have a little piece here. A little piece that's hanging on from the paper. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to tie our ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's so pretty, this gorgeous grape. I love it. Okay, so we're going to just tie this around. We're going to leave a little bit of a tail on this side because we're going to tie our ribbon here. Now, I'm going to try this. I tried this the other day. It felt really weird, but it's a really good tip that one of the girls from Stamp Camp gave me. So she said somebody taught her a long time ago, Carol from Stamp Camp, thank you so much for the tip. So somebody told her, you know, when you tie your shoes here, like let's do that. And, okay, so we're tying a bow, right? And we make our loop. So normally when you tie it towards yourself. So she said, the lady told her, if you tie it the opposite way, it will turn out every time. And I did do it, but it feels a little odd because you're not used to doing it. So you loop it around this loop here, and then you push it back towards you and grab this one, if you can tell. And then when you pull it tight, it really does give you like a perfect bow. And it lays exactly how you want it to. And I was so impressed when I did it the other day. I was like, wow, that really does work. It feels really strange. It takes a lot of time to do it, but I had to sit there for a couple of minutes and like think it through in my head because it just feels so strange. It feels really, really weird when you're trying to do it, but it works. It works perfectly. So thank you so much, Carol, for that tip. I really enjoyed that, and I will continue to practice my perfect bows because that really does work better than anything. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on the card base flat. So again, I'm gonna use Stampin' Seal. Whenever I have lots of layers like this, I really like to use Stampin' Seal, or when I have a ribbon in the background too. You really want that extra hold because you have that extra little bit popping out underneath the card that might come loose, so you want that extra hold. So we're just gonna put it in the middle. You're gonna have a bigger border all the way around your card here. And then we're gonna work on our decoration right here. Okay, so for that, we're gonna stamp our hearts. So let's get our gorgeous grape out. And again, we're using this Lots of Heart bundle. So we're gonna stamp this plaid heart and this little dotted heart here, okay, in the purple. So I have some scraps. Where's the other one? Here we go. And then if you have I think it's the Stampin' Pierce mat, they say that's really good for photopolymer stamps to get that little bit of cushion in the background. But if you don't have that, you can also use the silicone mat to stamp on top of. You just need some kind of cushion below it to stamp, okay? So I'm gonna ink up my stamp really good. Try to make sure there's no dog hair or lint or anything on it. That's what happened with my first one. Yep, I can see it right now. And if you do that, that's what happened with this one. So you can see I have like a little spot right there where it didn't stamp all the way. You really want to make sure your stamp is clean and doesn't have any fur or any little pieces on it. And mine, I can definitely see it does. I'm trying to get them off before I stamp so that it doesn't show. And there's another one. These little photopolymer stamps are just so sticky, and stuff like lint and stuff really sticks to them if you don't clean them off really well, and then you'll get that little imperfection. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't have that. And I got some little piece that's really not wanting to go away. I'm just gonna clean it off again real quick. I try to use these little terry cloth towels. Get all that lint off of there. All right, let's look at it again here. Especially when you have pets, those little dog hairs seem like they poke up everywhere. So that looks good. So I'm gonna stamp this kind of to the side here so it fits in my scrap. I'm gonna push down, even pressure. Ta-da, it worked. And just having that little bit of cushion from the silicone mat, it really helps get an even pressure and an even image when you stamp down. So I recommend the silicone mat or I believe it's the Stampin' Pierce mat. It always helps with photopolymer stamps when you stamp those, okay? So there's that heart, and then I'm gonna grab my other little scrap and stamp this little fun dotted heart here. And we're gonna stamp him. Again, perfect, love it. Okay, and then while we're stamping, I'm just gonna go ahead and stamp my little message here. So I always keep these little scraps from cutting papers. So let's see, what size is this? I wanna say it's like 1/2 inch. Yeah, this is a 1/2 inch strip that I had, and actually this one looks kinda crooked, so I'm gonna grab a different one. But I always have these little 1/2 inch strips from cutting like card liners for my cards, and I always save them because they're always great for these little sentiments. So I'm just stamping just a little note in tuxedo black. Perfect. And again, have that little silicone mat or Stampin' Pierce mat under your photopolymer stamps. It makes a huge difference. Okay, so we're gonna put those to the side, and then we're gonna die cut our hearts real quick. I'm using my old Big Shot just because Stampin' Up! Still hasn't fixed their magnetic plate, so I love my magnetic plate, and until Stampin' Up! Fixes theirs, I'm still using my Big Shot because the magnetic plate really holds everything in place where you want it to be while you're die cutting. And I should be able to if my magnets cooperate. Some of my magnets aren't polarized very well, so if I can get everything to hold, I might be able to do this in one shot. We're gonna try it. And I'll put this one here and see if it'll work for me. I might, fingers crossed. I love it if I could make it work at one time. Let's see. Might be a little off, but I think that'll be okay. No, not too bad. So we have that one and that one, not bad at all. All right, and those dies are from, let me show you real quick. these mini hearts dies that come in that bundle. So right now, the mini hearts dies are on sale for 10%. So if you get, I think, the dies and the stamp set separately, it's like 10 cents cheaper than getting the bundle. And the bundle's always 10% anyway. So they're about the same price right now. So I used, there's this heart. Now this heart looks about the same, but if you look at it, it actually cuts out this like heart border, which is pretty cool. So there's like the die cutting piece on the inside and the outside. So this just makes like a heart border piece. It's really neat. And there's all kinds of beautiful dies in here. So those are the ones I use, that small heart here, and I use this other big heart. But I've used this border piece. There's all kinds of great heart dies in here. This is a really good set. Okay, so now let's finish our card up here. So we're just gonna take our stitch scallop. Like I said, this is the biggest frame out of the stitch scallop dies, and we're gonna pop these up with dimensionals. If I can find them. Oh, here we go. All right, so we're gonna pop these up. Maybe one more in the middle here. Oops. All right, so this is kind of centered off to the side. And then this one, we're gonna layer it over just like that. And I'm actually gonna put a little adhesive on the top, and the part that's gonna be over the frame is gonna have the dimensional. So just these two right here. So I'm gonna flip this over and just put 2 dimensionals on, one right there and one in the center. And then I'm gonna use just a tiny bit of adhesive right on the top to hold on to that other heart there, because that will be level with that. So we're gonna put it right there. Okay. And now I am going to do this at an angle here, just snip off that little bit. And I like having that little piece off to the side, that's okay. Oh, I know, you guys, bows are very hard. I completely agree. It takes me a while, lots of practice too. I have some people that can just whip them up. Okay, so if you look at this, there's this part over here is hanging over the heart, and this part is gonna be to the right, is right on top of the heart. So I'm gonna add a little bit of adhesive behind that and just a tiny dimensional where the straight edge is. And actually, I'm going to use one of these edge pieces on your dimensionals, the piece that looks like this. I'm just going to put that right on the side right there. And then I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal Plus again. I really like this stuff. And I'm just going to, like I said, if it goes over here, like you see, you can kind of see, yep. So you see that little bit goes over. I'm just gonna fold it back onto itself, and it'll stick to itself and give that extra stickiness there. Okay, and we're just gonna put this right over. I'm lining it up with the stitching on the edge here. I'm just putting it right on top there. And now we're gonna pop this on top of our card right next to our bow. Okay, almost done. So I'm going to put one on each end here, one in the middle. Oh, you guys can't even see where I'm putting my dimensionals there. And then that should be plenty to go right on top there. So just 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. You want to leave a little space in the middle where that bow is, that ribbon on the card. And we're just gonna line it up against our bow and center it. And then the last little thing I'm going to do, I have some pastel pearls left. These are also about to go away. So if you want to get some of these before they go away, Wednesday is the last day to get your pastel pearls here. So I'm gonna take, there's these dark ones, these are the gorgeous grape ones, and I'm just gonna put it right up here in that little opening, just to have a little bit of embellishment, and that's it. That is all you need here. And these are my little cards that I'm sending as my team challenge, my favorite things card swap that we're doing as a team. If you'd like to join my team, I am always looking for new members. I encourage anybody, hobby demonstrators, if you'd like to make a business out of it, I'd love to work with you for that as well. If you have any questions about joining my team, you can always contact me at stampcampwithjen@gmail.com. We do lots of fun things. We're going to have a fun Christmas game that we're playing next month and a prize giveaway as my team challenge for July. So I always try to do a monthly challenge with my team and keep everybody involved and do lots of fun things. As a reminder, if you need any of the supplies for this project, please purchase them in my store. I am Jennifer Roque, and you can find me at stampinup.com, and I'm located in Summerfield, Florida. As a friendly reminder, unfortunately, this True Love Designer Series paper is no longer available, but the last chance products we use today, all the other ones are. That's the Lots of Heart bundle, the Lots of Heart stamp sets, the mini heart dies, and these pastel pearls. Those are all still available through Wednesday, June 30th. If you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, please do so. You'll get important information before anybody else does. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Oh, wicked cute. Sue, are you from Boston? Isn't that a Boston phrase, wicked cute? You're so funny. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate you joining me today. I'm going to have a really fun project next week. I haven't figured out what it is, but I promise I'll come up with something great. Thank you so much, Diana. You have a great 4th of July as well. I hope all of you have a great 4th of July. Have lots of fun enjoying our sort of post-COVID, it's not really post-COVID, but enjoying all the freedom and everything opening up and being able to finally hug and say hi to your loved ones. So I really hope you have a great celebration this weekend. And I will be here on Monday next week. Oh, Maine. Gotcha. All right. Thanks, Melinda. I'm glad you loved it as well. I will be here on Monday the 5th, but have a great 4th of July and have a great week. And until next time, happy stamping. Bye, guys.